What's up, Hans family, and welcome to day 22 of Halloween. My goodness. Today is a collab with one of my absolute best friends, Alex Faction. I'm sure you guys have already seen him on my channel before. He is also doing 31 Days of Halloween, and we did a Wraith, Undead, King and Queen, kind of inspired by Lord of the Rings. Did our own interpretation. It's like Nazgul meets White Walker. They had a love child, and that's us. Make sure to go check out his channel. He is a fantastic artist. I know you guys will love him just as much as I do. His video will be linked down in the description box, as well as all the products I used, and let's do it. So starting out this look, I'm just using some cream paint to whiten out my face a little bit, just to make it a little lighter. I'm using the new NYX Special Effects cream paint, and it's a little thicker than I'm used to most cream paints, but it works really, really well. It blends out beautifully with a kabuki brush, and I put this all over my face and body. I did cover my eyebrows previously. I've showed you guys this in many tutorials, and I'm taking a wedge sponge just to push that product right into the high points of my face, especially into the eyebrows. Then we want to set the perimeter of our face, because cream paints, you gotta set them. I'm using some Laura Mercier translucent powder, which has a little bit of a yellow tinge to it, and then keeping the high points of our face set with a lot of white eyeshadow. I mean, you better pack that shit on. Sketch out the features using an eyeshadow. You could use a pencil on top of this, but I really like using eyeshadows lightly on top of cream paints, especially because all of the setting we did before will give a nice base for all of these eyeshadows to sit on top of. I'm making some really huge eye bags, and I first sketch out where I want them, and then I shade them out a little bit just to give the appearance that the skin is receding inwards. Anytime you do wrinkles on the face, you always want to have a nice gradient blend so it looks like it is just blending nicely into your skin. Add a little bit of darkness around the temples, and since cream paint, it just like sucks in that color. If you go too ham, you can always use your white eyeshadow to lighten it back up a little bit so it's nice and soft. I drew a really exaggerated cheekbone just because we were looking at reference pictures of those Nazgul race, and they kind of remind me of White Walkers a little bit. So with a super high cheekbone, you want to add a lot of darkness right underneath because it would be casting a shadow down. I added in some other extra lines that kind of show that the skin is pulling in towards the mouth. And you want to blend those out just a little bit, but keeping the main portion of the dark shadow right in the spot that you put it, just because that skin goes right into that wrinkle. Now that we have the base of the features down, we want to go back in with the black eyeshadow and darken them a bit more. I prefer to work in layers when I do looks. I start by putting the base features down as a general outline for me to look at, and then seeing where I want to go from there, where I need extra darkness. I kept a lot of this darkness, again, right under that cheekbone because we want this to look like it's popping forward as much as possible. Though these are really intense and popping forward, it would not have a sharp line of a shadow. It would curve around. I know I say this in almost every tutorial, but think of a ball. How a ball curves around and how it has a nice gradient towards the front where it's protruding forward. Added a few more little lines around the mouth for good measure. Kept these pretty soft because I didn't want them to look like they were going super deep around my mouth. Didn't want too much of a butthole mouth, just a little butthole mouth. On the eyes, adding a lot of shadow right into this inner upper corner will give a very sad kind of illusion. So I worked my way up to making it look like my eye was just sunken in right in this inner corner with a little bit of the black shadow. To get a lot of these gray shadow too, guys, I am just mixing black and white together. You don't have to have a gray shadow. You could just use black and white for this entire look. Wanted my cheekbone to look a little more sunken in, so I added a little bit more around there. This look is pretty cool because you can put these lines wherever you want. Just remember that anywhere that you do put this shadow means that the skin is going inwards. There's a crevice there, so just try to think of this realistically on your face. My body needed to match a little bit, obviously, especially if you're wearing a costume and you do decide to do this, you're a little undead queen. Contour out your neck hole, I still don't know what to call that, and your collarbones. If you have a hard time finding out exactly where your collarbones are, if you can't see them, like mine, just push them forward a little bit. If you push your shoulders forward, they will pop right out. It doesn't have to be exact, we're just going for a general shape and idea. Since the neck isn't quite cohesive with the face, I added a few of the holes just around the little neck tendons that I got going on. And just keep darkening as you go. We just want to look as gaunt and hollowed as possible. To contour out your nose, just add a little bit of the black shadow along the sides. I still use patting motions, and I always like to layer a little bit of white eyeshadow on top. I did not want to do another grayscale look fully, so I used Jeffree Star's Dirty Money, which is a pretty fucking badass color if I gotta say. It's a liquid lipstick, so it's perfect for Halloween night out. And I added a little bit of black eyeshadow around the border for a little bit of an ombre effect. And I overlined. I gotta fucking overline. With NYX's felt tip black liner, add the littlest of a wing, not even really a wing, I would say, just a line of eyeliner. This is really just so that our lashes don't look absolutely ridiculous compared to just our blank ass eyes. I added on some mascara and then popped on some lashes as well. You guys know, gotta add that beauty mark though. Making some watery tears from your eyes is so easy. Just use a little bit of black body paint and add a ton of water. Let the water just do the work for you. Run down your face. It's super simple as fuck. And I made it so that both eyes were a little different from each other just because tears obviously wouldn't fall in the exact same way on both eyes. I popped on a wig and my crown. I took out my lenses. I don't know if you guys know this, but I wear prescription lenses and you do not want to wear contact lenses with this at all. And I used some eye blood on my eyes to make it look like this. The eye blood is eye safe and it's from Krylon. It comes in a lot of colors. It's pretty comfortable, but you do have to reapply it quite a bit because your eyes kind of just soak it up or it just drips down your face. Read directions before using this though because you don't want to fuck with your eyes. You only got 2 pairs. 1 pair. And that is the entire tutorial. I really hope you guys liked it. Alex and I make some pretty cool little Wraith Halloween king and queen, if I say so myself. Thank you so much for watching. I truly just appreciate it. And make sure to go check out Alex's video after this one. He is an amazing artist and I know you'll just love his work. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I just love the fuck out of you guys and I'll see you tomorrow.